Hey everyone, and welcome back to Recap Stories. Today we're looking at the sci-fi horror film, The Lair. Quickly, if you could like the video and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and spoilers ahead. The film opens and we see sweeping shots of the Afghani desert. A fighter jet piloted by Captain Kate Sinclair flies around surveying the area. She's targeted by some missiles. Luckily though, she was just dreaming and it was her alarm going off. She kisses her son goodbye as she's heading off to base. Turns out it wasn't a dream and some Afghani men shot her down. Her partner checks on her, but he's shot and killed. Kate pulls a gun and shoots the men. She tries to radio her base, but doesn't get any response. Some trucks in the distance are heading her way, so she needs to start hauling ass now. She finds a bunker and heads over to the door. However, the trucks pull up and start shooting at her. They fire an RPG at her, conveniently opening the doors. She squeezes in, losing her rifle in the process. There's a lift, but it isn't operational. Luckily, there's a really long ladder going down. She's searching the bottom of the bunker with only the light of her glow stick. The men make their way inside the bunker. Kate hears them and she rushes off. She finds her room with a mummified body. Kate grabs a microfilm camera that happened to be sitting on the desk, and we see papers with what appears to be chemical compounds. The men nearly spot her, but she runs into the shadows. They turn the lights on and we see tubes full of humanoid-like beings. The men fire at her, but she manages to get into a grate under the floor. One of the creatures is released from the tube. We see it start to move. It rises behind the man and kills him. Kate leaves the grate, but is stopped by a man. She fires a flare in his chest and steals his gun. Kate makes it to the top of the ladder, but a man grabs her. Luckily, the monster makes the save. Until it doesn't and tries to kill her. She barricades the door and leaves the bunker area. A military vehicle hits her and somehow she's still able to stand. They take her to the base. There she speaks to Major Roy Finch. She tries warning him about the bunker, but he couldn't care less. Kate is being looked at and asks a captured man from the bunker to tell him what he saw. He doesn't speak English, so that goes nowhere. Sergeant Tom Hook asks her about the bunker, saying it doesn't appear on any of his maps. Kate writes a word she found on the door to the bunker, and lo and behold, the prisoner does speak English as he tells them it's Russian and means do not open. So the Russians have a bunker in the Afghan desert with monsters in tubes. We hear banging coming from inside the bunker, and another creature smashes its hand out of its tube. The creatures are trying to leave the bunker. Roy contacts his superiors, and he appears to know a lot more than what he's letting on. Kate talks to the captured man, Kabir. He doesn't do this by choice. He's simply a driver and does it to protect his family. Tom speaks to another man, Sergeant Oswald, and asks him what he makes of all this. Oswald says he won't be sleeping tonight. A soldier notices a really awful smell and sees something in the distance. They make contact and the soldiers start firing at the creatures. Either these things are really hard to kill or these guys are just really bad shots. One of the soldiers gets his jaw ripped off. A creature comes flying in over the wall straight into Roy's tent. He unloads his shotgun into it, but that doesn't seem to do much. A creature enters Kate's tent, attacking her with some kind of tentacle. It's no match for a machete though. The remaining soldiers all fall back to a trench. They find Roy as he beats a creature with a bat. The soldiers barricade themselves inside a shipping container as they're outmatched. Kabir apparently has had experience with these things in the past, as they attacked his people before, but disappeared when the Russians withdrew from the area. It's daytime and now there's no sign of the creatures. They find a body of one of the things and lay it out on a table. Apparently they're covered in KY jelly. Its skin is like Kevlar, but sunlight hurts it. They cut the beast open, finding human organs inside. Roy tells everyone that these things are human-alien hybrids, as the military have known about them for some time. The Russians found a downed craft and experimented on what was inside. The creature wakes up and starts attacking everyone. Roy grabs a grenade and does the sensible thing by blowing himself and the hybrid up. Their radio was broken and they're light on ammo right now. They're heading to the bunker planning to blow the whole damn thing sky high. They've wired C4 and are about to leave, but Tom is pulled down the shaft by one of these hybrids. Tom radios them as he's still alive. He tells them to set off the C4 and complete the mission. However, Kate stupidly wants to go in after him. They all strike a pose and get ready to descend. They go flying down the shaft in the lift, using the winch on their vehicle. The soldiers only have 20 minutes as there's an incoming missile strike. Tom wakes to a hybrid feasting on someone. He, however, stabs it to death. Kate finds a large switch and powers it on, because it's always smart to turn on switches when you have no idea what they're for. Oh, so there's a giant alien. Tom arrives and more hybrids start breaking free. Sergeant Oswald stays to keep a door closed like a dummy, and yells at Kate to get out of here. They lose another soldier and Tom heads back to find her. She's fighting the creature with pots and pans, which seem to do more damage than bullets. Tom is too late, however, as it eats her face. He thinks he's Captain America all of a sudden. One of the soldiers tries pulling up the lift with the winch, however it's stuck and now he's under fire. The hybrids surround the lift, swiping at their would-be lunch. The military vehicle falls down the shaft, crushing everyone except Kate, who just narrowly escapes. Tom somehow makes it to Kate. They zip up the cable from the lift just in time to see the plane coming in to drop the bomb. It explodes and they're overtaken by an aftershock. I'm sure all those hybrids are just fine. Fortunately, Kate as the camera can expose what happened. However, their vehicle won't start now and they crack some jokes. Meanwhile, most of the soldiers would still be alive if they hadn't gone back in for Tom, and the movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to help the channel out, please like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching and take care.